Good evening, everybody. We've got here another 1v1 from the Holy Cup tournament that just closed off about a week ago now, and it is a unique map. Really lots of unique maps were seen in this tournament, and it's great to see, definitely. So of course, with this we have Vinchester playing in the purple as the Incas, and his enemy in the blue is Hera playing as the Bohemians. Now, no scouts to start with. It is a nomad start. Do start with a priest, as well as, where can I find it? The camel as well. So, can do some scouting. Possibly could do a cave conversion, but not going to see any sort of attacking or early aggression as we would with scouts. So, a little bit of a different start for both of the players. And both of them deciding to, well, I guess just Vinchester to begin with deciding to dock pretty quickly, and then the dock going up a little bit later for Hera. And of course, Vinchester will notice this villager going forward. Will he go for a conversion? That is the question now, as the dock is going up. The villager is getting blocked by the camel. He might actually get a conversion there, but we will be seeing some attacking. So this priest, will he get the villager before? He does. He gets it and immediately starts running. And now the camel, again, great move by Vinchester, blocking and blocking and blocking with these camels. So a good move from him. The dock will go up from Hera, but he's going to be behind by one villager pretty quickly here. Now both players moving forward, trying to get back on track, but these priests, they don't have quite the range as a typical monk, so it's a little bit more painful. Lots of time and effort going into that, and I will just take a look at the rest of the map. So with these maps, obviously fishing is going to be important early on in the game, and then as we continue, there are boars around the map, there are berries placed, and there are a few gold tiles for each of these players, and that villager does make it home safe. And suddenly, there is a 1-vil lead for Vinchester. Now, of course, playing as the Incas, I'm interested to see if we will see any sort of aggression from the Incan player. Would be interesting to see. Automatically seeing an attack from the villagers on this priest, and wouldn't you know it, one of the vills gets converted back. So now Hera with a 3 villager lead. That is massive, and a priest coming up for Vinchester. He will heal up, and now gonna try and take out the villager of Hera. So of course Hera has been very consistent creating his villagers, and Vinchester just that little bit behind, as they're spending so much time focusing on this little back and forth with the villagers that definitely their town centers are going to have a little bit of idle time, and there's going to be a little bit of blocking back and forth. Now I will speed it up just a bit as we continue on into the next age. Both players at this point in time only interested in getting their eco up as much as possible. Both players fairly strong ecos, but again, Hera just that little bit ahead with the 1 extra villager now, and that is also including the fact that Vinchester has an extra fishing ship. So definitely must have been some TC idle time there, and we do see that Loom is not in for Hera, but it is in for Vinch. So that is another reason why there is that deficit for villagers for Vinchester, but there must have been some idle time as well, as both of them are up to the next stage at the same time, and there are 1 extra fishing ship for Vinch, but 2 less total eco units. Now with this map, of course, it is going to be very important to make as much fishing as possible. That fishing eco can really bump you up to get to the next stage very effectively, and so a second dock is going up for both players, and they're both deciding to only go on the water in the southwest of the map. So we will see if that pays off for them, if they should have been better off going for a different way. And another conversion going out for the Inca player. Will Hera get converted again? We will have to see here, as the camel is doing a great job blocking, but think of all the back and forth these guys are doing with these, and that does deny that dock. So that dock not able to be built at this point in time, and it will be 1 versus 2 for docks for the time being. Another villager does come forward, as well as a second for Hera, so that dock will go up, and this priest is probably going to fall down. As a matter of fact, without the help from the camel, the priest will die to the villager, but at this point in time, the priest's not quite as important as they were earlier on in the game. Hera does lose a villager to the villager war, and we do automatically see fire galleys coming out for both players at this point in time. Villagers now 25 to 25, and that is because of the extra fishing ship for Vinch. And so 2 fire ships out a little bit earlier just because of that dock delay. There is a little bit of an HP advantage for Vinch, so we will see some microing of the fires. I do give the edge to Vinch at this point in time, but backed into this corner, 1 demolition ship is on the way, and there is more fire galleys coming out shortly, so we will see Vinch retreat slightly, and he has got the initial win on the water. Very weak fire galley there. We'll probably look to repair it a little bit, as demolition rafts are coming forward. In the meantime, outposts starting already, because obviously Vinch knows that he's winning the water. He has the control right now. With that demo raft, he knows that there's something going on, and Hera's probably just going to look to take out the fishing ships, and that's about it. Repairing up the fire galleys, so that is a good idea. This demo raft will be able to take out a little bit of HP, but won't be able to fully take out a fire galley at this point in time, and that will just be repaired for Vinch again. And what do we see at home? Well, Vinchester is just looking at economy. No military buildings as of yet. When we do look at his fog of war, he does see there's an archery range going up for the enemy, so these outposts very well worth his while, and he is already starting to dock the other pond. He's fishing there already, and so that food income is going to be massive. But with 2 archery ranges, archers already out on the field, and a barracks just quickly going up, yes, he will need a tower to protect his gold. That gold going to be vital in him making it to the next age, because obviously he's going to have the fishing economy at this point in time, but he needs that gold as well to make it to the next age, to make military, and to counter the archers coming out for Hera. He does have, Vinchester does have quite a few warships on the water, and an archery range is coming up. This one archer's low HP, but enough to still be irritating. Probably not going to take out a villager in this case, but will delay the archery range, will cause more delays, and buy time for the archers of Hera to make it up to the front. But take a look at the count of food for Vinchester. That is going to continue to grow as he is going to go up to the next stage a little bit quicker if he can just get that last bit of food. And of course, eagles coming out. Eagles are very strong against ranged units just because of their extra defense, and so there will be skirmishers, eagles, and that will be enough to cause a little bit of havoc for these small numbers of archers. 678 food so far, and only 200 for Hera. So Hera is going large into land aggression, choosing to avoid the water at this point in time. But these 3 archers able to get hit and run, hit and run, hit and run, but against a skirmisher, it gets just that much more complicated. The Eagle Scouts, of course, being very important, but not quite as strong until they get their full upgrades. And of course, those upgrades are going to help out the villagers at the same time. That is the beauty of playing as the Incas, as we now see a second barracks coming up for the Inca player, so he is protected. Of course, if you're a player who's going to be wanting to defend with towers and just sit at home, Incas are not a bad civilization. Of course, we do have quite a few idle villager minutes with some of these idols sitting around after building that house, but they are allocated back to gold. And there is actually a hole here and a hole here, so the villager will go down. Another eagle will likely go down to this number of archers, especially now that they have fletching in, and there will be a need for more skirmishers. And smart of Vinch to be walking over to this southern side of the map. Looks like he's just ran back to his main town, but in fact he's going to collect, looks like there's stone miners, but no stone that's down here as of yet. Hera deciding to actually go down to the south to seek out these villagers that he thinks have gone. What is his fog of war right now? Will he notice them? At this point in time, look how close that is. Just misses it, and already we do see Vinch in the next age. These Eagle Scouts are going to be upgraded to Eagle Warriors, and first defense coming in, we see 2 villagers going forward. These are a lot of archers, but against Castle Age Incas, it's tough to engage too deeply. So we do have 3 Eagle Scouts at this point in time. Once they are Eagles with the defense upgrade and the extra 4th one coming in, it will be Vinchester starting to engage against Hera. And in the meantime, in the middle, we see a siege workshop going up, and these archers will likely fall to this small number of eagles. And already we're seeing the strength of the Incas in these messier early games, right? Definitely not known as one of the stronger civilizations, but fairly formidable, all things considered, especially defensively. They are a very strong defensive civilization with their towers, their eagles, and their strong villagers. So archers are coming forward. They will be crossbows soon, but there is already a mangonel out for Vinch and Hera. Very nice little economy here. Pretty protected for now, but big shot from the mangonel. Doesn't get the kills, but weakens so many of those crossbows. Obviously firing up against the hill, never ideal, but does help out just a little bit for the rest of his army. Takes out 1 crossbow, weakens a couple more, and then we do see the Eagles having to turn back a little bit. Not able to run underneath the town center yet, but the town center will be starting to go down as we see this many eagles. It starts to be a problem pretty quickly. But of course the Bohemians, they do have chemistry in the Castle Age. So with these archery ranges, chemistry already coming in, and we will probably see hand cannons, which did recently get a buff, and they are a lot stronger than what they were, all things considered. And lots of hand cannons will be able to engage against the eagles a lot better than what the crossbows can at this point in time. But 3 mangonels, that is a tough horse to fight against. We do see the archery ranges starting to fall, and back at home, Vinch is more than happy to just be booming up. Lots on water right now. Not quite as many actual villagers, but quite a few fishing ships. And these mangonels just that little bit too close. That awkwardness does get some free shots, and a few more free shots. This is the engagement right now. Will the crossbows have enough time? Will he be able to micro away before Vinch's mangonels come out and start firing on the crossbows bunched up? That's the problem. You always want to be bunching up, and that is a huge hit. You always want to be bunching up against the melee attacks, but that is exactly what the Mangonels want to see, because that results in these massive hits that we just saw. So just these couple of Eagle Warriors able to take out these last few crossbows, and then one Mangonel shot for good luck. Right now, what's Hera's move? Well, his move is GG. That is just a great defensive response and the strength of going fast castles into eagles against archers.